Perfect. Hello, hello, hello. I'll wait for some people to join. I should actually be on this phone, that phone, but hey. I just always think, how am I supposed to be when there's no one on? Because I know people go back and watch. So I need to be. Okay, good evening, good evening. Hey, if you're from RV World, put on in the group chat so people know that we're on and we're active. Put on in the GC. I wish I could be on my other phone. Put on when you're on. Hey, Kadish. I don't think you were on last week. Put on when you join in the group chat. I want to see hellos in the chat here, and I want to see on. I need to put this phone on D&D. I want to see on here. Okay, Joel, I see you. I think the butterfly is that Ruby. I see you. I see you. I see you. Hello, girlies. Okay, so my returning girls are back. Do you know what I need to forge? Yeah, I need to. What I did in the group chat the other day when I said, who's active right now? I just wanted to see who my people are. Genuinely, because I'm so on making a separate group chat where I have a focus group. So these lives are just helping me see who's actually on it. Who means what they said when I first put this out? Hey, girly. Okay, I see you. You're back. When I first put this on, no, yeah, when I first put in the group chat, I just wanted to see who was active. When I posted this on my Snapchat, there were so many people saying, I want to be involved, I want to be involved, but I'm not a talker. And I hope I'm not around people that just talk. So I'm happy seeing returning faces, returning names like Joelle, Anisha, Ruby. I'm not too sure how to pronounce this name. I always do this. But you guys are on, put on in a group chat. We're going to get straight into it because if I'm being honest with you, I'm so tired. And what I want these conversations to be is just us catching up. Said real teeth or fake. Okay, guys, this is public. So meaning we can have randoms come on, which I'm not really opposed to. But if you see mad comments, yeah, if you see mad comments, just know they're not from our group chat. They could be just people from anywhere. But greetings, hello all. Jessica Acker here, the owner of I was about to say CNG, the owner of RV Hair UK. I look good, thank you. I feel like this hair makes me a cutie pie. So what I'm gonna do is in true Jess fashion, take a picture. This is me just taking my pics. Okay, we're gonna get straight into it. And what I want these conversations to become is just chit chats. I love Ruby last week. She sent me a message and she was just like, I was doing my skincare and I was just listening to you. And that's kind of what I want these things to become, where I'm just speaking. You guys are taking the notes that you need to take. And it's just a conversation. It's just like your big sis almost, just talking to you freely. Hey, princess, if that's the princess that I know. And yeah, I said I want this to be quick because today's been a long day for me. I was extremely tired. There's something else that I'm working on aside from RV Hair. And what you guys will begin to learn is as you're building your businesses, as you're building whatever you're building, your skills that you're developing now, they're actually going to aid you in whatever you plan to do next. So I'm in a weird field right now, but it's crazy because everything I learned from hair is helping me in a different field. But it required me first to put all my energy, all my effort, making myself uncomfortable. Because even what I'm doing now, which I've kind of posted, but I haven't really posted, is very uncomfortable for me because I'm just thinking, I'm not in this field. Like, how I've been trusted to grow someone's business. I've been given targets, financial targets. I'm trusted to grow an industry that I'm not in. In fact, an industry that is completely opposite to mine, an industry that I'm not physically doing the work, but I've been basically handed over the business. But I've realized, wait, this is just RV Hair times two on a bigger level, an easier level. And to be fair, I haven't said much. I've said a lot without saying much. We actually got or have our first client from that business on Saturday. And the great thing about this business is like the clients are literally paying four figures, like per client, per session. So it's amazing. But the skills that I'm using in that business, I got it from RV hair. So that's great. But anyways, we wanted to speak about being uncomfortable because I had a meeting on Sunday and my mentor, my leader actually said something very important to us. And that's what I shared with you guys in the chat. I just said, I'm going to start sending you voice notes because I don't think messages work, but I'm a talker. So I wanted to share voice notes so you guys can actually hear my voice because I might not have personal conversations with every single one of you, but I just want to know in the morning, I've kind of charged whoever's active. And that's what I was saying. I'm going to make a core group. Those that I see on constantly, those that are commenting in the chat, I'm just going to make a separate group chat and have people that I actually focus on, people that I can help develop their business like how they wanted to, if that makes sense. Because we all came into this community because we wanted growth, we wanted development, we wanted to be around like-minded people. So if Joelle's selling her ebooks, Joelle, you should be on my phone like, hey Jess, this is what I'm currently working on. What's next? What should we do together? How can we promote this? How can we get my business to the next level? But even you doing that, Joelle, it requires a level of uncomfortability because you could be comfortable right now. You could be someone who, okay, I know I've got my ebook, I've got my plans ready. I know what I'm gonna do. I know what the next steps are. I'm reaching out to someone might be a bit like, why am I reaching out to this person? What might they say? What might they think? But the reason why I think these Tips Tuesdays will be important and why they will help you is because if you listen to me last week, you would realize that this week is going to build upon what was said last week. And I'm going to do a quick, so you agree? I'm gonna do a quick recap of what I said last week. Be a risk taker, be consistent. But the line that many of you actually took from last week was don't care about what people think because they don't think. So Joelle, don't think for me. Message me. Put yourself in a uncomfortable position by messaging me and saying, hey Jess, this is where my business is at. Where do you think I should go next? That's somebody who has put themselves in an uncomfortable position because you're someone who's running a business. I'm also running a business, but you've taken that step because you know you want to grow by putting yourself in an uncomfortable position by messaging someone, ultimately asking them for help. And the reason why I love our community is because it's a help community. Like in RV world, no one should ever feel shy about asking for help. No one should ever feel shy about posting their stuff inside the group chat. That's why I said I wanted to create the active people 1 out of 15. Like every time someone posts something, there's just gonna be a group of people that have got you, that have got your back. And that's what this community is about. It's about having one another's back, allowing each other to grow, build, and just be the successful person that you see yourself being. But I understand the same way in order to raise a child, it takes a village. I think in order to build a business, it also takes a village. It takes a group of people coming together and saying, I want to help this person. And guess what? I may have got to a certain stage in business, but I might need Joelle's help. Okay, Joelle, help me make an ebook for RV Hair. Help me make a community ebook. We will need each other, but guess what? It's going to take people putting themselves in uncomfortable positions. And that's why I want to talk to you guys every single week to let you know that this is what this chat is for. Maybe when we go out in the outside world, we can have our chest up, move like people that don't need help, that have got it all figured out. But in this community, no, we don't have it all figured out. I still don't have it all figured out. I just told you guys I'm on a whole different business endeavor. I was there today, and oh my god, I was teaching myself things on the spot. Yes, my base level business skills helped me, but there was things today that I was doing, and I was thinking. Uncomfortable. But I know what's going to come from that is another level of Jess. I know what's going to come from that is bigger growth. I know what's going to come from that is more finances, is more money because it's higher paid services that this woman is doing. It's not what. Anyways, I'll leave that aside. I was talking about what my mentor said to us, and that's what I put in the group chat. He said, make yourself uncomfortable so you're angry to succeed. And I hope a lot of you actually heard that on the voice note. I saw messages, but you know, sometimes what I think happens, yeah, especially when we did the 1 out of 15 who's active. I think some people didn't listen to the voice note. And I think they just saw people doing 1 out of 15, 1 out of 15. Then the numbers started piling. I was thinking, did you listen to what I said though? Did you listen to what I said in the voice note? So I'm going to repeat myself on what he said. Make yourself uncomfortable so you're angry to succeed. Sometimes, and I said this in the voice note, but I'll repeat it again because I don't know who's going to watch this today, who's going to watch this in the future, who wants to be a part of the RV World community, but they're a bit skeptical. So it's safe for me to repeat these things. The reason why you might not be where you need to be today is because you're too comfortable. You're comfortable with the amount of money you make. You're comfortable in the house you live. You're comfortable with the friends you have. You're comfortable with the things that you're able to do. That's what stops a person from breaking a barrier. It stops a person from breaking a barrier because why would I want to do more when I'm comfortable? Yes, Erica, make yourself uncomfortable so you're angry enough to succeed. Why would I want to do more if I'm in a comfortable position? Because the reason why we're building our businesses, and I think I said this, the reason why we're building our businesses, the reason why we would post, the reason why we would take on an extra client is because we're trying to make money in order to put ourselves in a comfortable position. We want to have freedom, financial freedom. We want to be comfortable in life. But in order to first get to a state of real comfortability, because I don't know anyone in RV world that's a millionaire. I don't. I don't know anyone who's a millionaire. If you are, reveal yourself now. Tell us. Gotcha. Tell us. But in order to even get to that stage, there has to be a level of uncomfortability first. And I was thinking about this analogy of a seed. Should I get there later? I'll get there later. I'll follow my notes because I wrote some notes because I wanted to be um I wanted to flow with my thoughts, but what's this systematically? So I'm not jumping. The reason why some of us won't get to where we need to get to is because we're too comfortable. And you're thinking, wait, how am I comfortable? You are. You're comfortable because you don't post. There's a level of comfortability that you have that will make a person not push, make a person not post, make a person not reach out, make a person not send that email, make a person not send that DM. There's a certain level of comfortability. But I remember when I was building RV here, and I've shared my story before. I used to live in Peckham. And whilst living in Peckham, I actually shared a room with my mother. I shared a room. Not only did I share a room with my mum, I shared a bed with my mother. So you can imagine a young girl like that. I was even explaining to the woman that I'm working with now because we're speaking about her son and she became a millionaire at 14 and something happened essentially. And we're speaking about her son, and I was like, you've spoiled him. Like he's had an amazing life. Like every parent should want to spoil their child. But you need to understand, for someone like me, I couldn't even ask my mum, like I was explaining to her that, in secondary school from like year 9 to year 11, food tech. I don't know if you guys did food tech in school. Who did food tech? Anyone do food tech? I love it when you guys interact with me. So let me know if you did it. It was either food tech, design and technology. Oh, you did food tech, yeah? We didn't have bread, yeah. So much so to the point where for food tech, I could not ask my mum for money. Like she didn't know whether I was doing food tech or not. I just knew I couldn't ask my mum for money to buy the ingredients to participate in food tech. So what I would do is I'll just go to my food tech lesson and sit out. I'll sit out or I'll watch my other friends or I'll be like, oh my gosh, I forgot I had food tech today. Like just look, like one thing about me, I can pretend, it's good. It helps you sometimes. But that level of uncomfortability, those memories is the reason why I pushed so much. Because you can imagine I'm sharing a bed or a bedroom with my mum. No, quite literally sad. But it's not really sad because it was my reality. So it's like, I think when you grow up with that, it's like, what am I gonna do? But that level of uncomfortability is what made me respond to every DM. You guys don't understand. Like, anytime I would get a message, the rate at which I would respond, it was like this girl's hungry, and I didn't care what a person thought. And I'm so happy that I have the mentorship that I had now because I feel like I was always meant to be this type of person because how I grew up quite literally structured my life to be this way. when I would respond or how I would post, remember last week I spoke about being shameless. I didn't care about what people thought, or I got to a stage where I didn't care about what people thought because I knew what I was dealing with behind closed doors. I knew that I needed that extra £10 because I was not going to ask my mum for money. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? There was a level of uncomfortability that forced me to do certain things that the average person wouldn't do. So that's why I understand so much what my mentor, I call him leader. Sorry, guys, I'm just going to have to be transparent with you. I don't like saying mentor because it's more than a mentor. My leader said, make yourself uncomfortable so you're angry to succeed. What does growing up like that do to a young girl? It makes her angry. She might not be visibly angry, but internally she's angry. You know, the funny thing is, I was sharing this with who was I sharing this with? I can't remember. But I was sharing this, like, when my friends used to come to my house, I couldn't take them to my bedroom because I didn't have a bedroom. Do you understand? I couldn't take them to my bedroom because I didn't have my own bedroom. Like, I shared a room with my mum. So I would take them we'll be in the living room, or because my brothers, we had quite a packed house. My brother might be in the living room. So we'll just cotch on the stairs. We'll chill on the stairs. That's what we'll do. We'll chill on the stairs. We'll chill in the kitchen. Or like jobless kids, we'll walk around the area, see who can see us, who can spot us. Like, just do what kids would do. Not kids, but I was in secondary school. But that makes a child uncomfortable. So why do I have to be this transparent with you guys today? Is because you have to question or look at where you want to be and ask yourself, why am I not there? Why is Joelle not where she needs to be? Why is Erica not where she needs to be? There's a certain level of comfortability that you have. And trust me, people can be comfortable on the bare minimum. People can be comfortable I've seen it with my own eyes. Like, people can be comfortable on the bare minimum. They can be comfortable on the bare minimum. And that's the reason why they might not think to push. That might be the reason why they might think, okay, I don't need to do this today. Okay, no, it's fine. We have something to fall back on. But look at the people that had nothing to fall back on. They're the people that, because they had nothing to fall back on, or they were backed up against the wall, they had to fight themselves out of that place. So why did I title this week intentionally uncomfortable? Because some of us are going to have to resolve within ourselves that, listen, I might have got to a comfortable stage. Maybe my mum gives me an allowance. Maybe I have a separate job that pays me 2K a month. Maybe I have, I don't know, a boyfriend that I can call whenever I need something. Yes, you understand that you have those things, but can you make yourself intentionally uncomfortable? Can you? Can you make yourself intentionally uncomfortable saying, okay, regardless of what I may get from my parents, regardless of what stage I've reached in my life, I'm going to put myself in uncomfortable positions because I want to grow more. And I was thinking about how a child grows and how we grow up and just all the things that come with growth. Growth is very uncomfortable. Think about when we were babies. And of course, if you have younger siblings around you, you can liken this to that. If I have my little sister that I live with now, I was gonna say her name. I'll say her name. Her face is not really online. 7. When her teeth were coming out of her gums, she would cry because it's like she's growing as a young baby, growing as a young girl, but it's painful to grow. Does that make sense? As the teeth are being pushed out from the gums, she's crying. They would give her that baby toy thing, the thing that's filled with water, and you'll bite on it to kind of help with the pain. Hello, new people. Bite on it to help with the pain. But growing is actually painful. So we have to, yeah, that chewy thing, like, but you also need to understand that with growth comes pain. They call it growing pains. They actually call it growing pains. So some of us, our pain might be, I don't want to look like I'm trying. That might be a pain. Looking like you're trying to achieve something. Posting a lot on your Snapchat story. You might be someone who doesn't really post often, who doesn't really put their face on social media, but because you want to be a certain person or get to a certain stage in life, you're going to do those things, and that might be painful. And what does pain look like? It might not be physical pain. It might be the pain of embarrassment. Okay, Erica looks like she's trying. I forgot your name. Your name is not Darlita. Who is that? Daniela? Daniela, I believe. Daniela looks like she's trying. That looks like a pain, but you must realize that growth is actually uncomfortable. So you have to intentionally put yourself in uncomfortable positions in order to grow. So that might be, okay, it's uncomfortable for me to post every single day, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to set an alarm clock that says post at 7 p.m. and that's going to be me being uncomfortable. Or another uncomfortable thing might be, I'm going to wake up early in the morning and meditate on my business. I'm going to meditate on the type of girl that I want to be. That's uncomfortable because guess what? Waking up maybe at 12 p.m. in the day, that's comfortable. That's comfortable for some of us. We can wake up at 12, 1 p.m. I hope none of the girls in RV world wake up at that time because that's disgusting. Okay? That's very disgusting to wake up at 12 or 1 p.m. Unless you've had a crazy week and it's Saturday, Sunday, you're having your little rest days, that's fine. But let's say you wake up every day at 10. Decide, she said, I wish. Decide to wake up at 7 a.m. and just think about your business. That's uncomfortable. So I'm gonna go back over to my notes. Okay, cool. This is what I want to talk about. Remember, I mentioned to you guys about um seeds. Well, I kind of tried to touch on it. Erica, do you wake up at 1 p.m.? Do you wake up at 1 p.m.? I hope you do not wake up at 1 p.m. Joker, for real, no cap. I wake up to drink water. For real, water is uncomfortable. Who's paying you to be on this live? Let me know. Anyways, I tried to touch on seed because I was thinking about seeds. Think about what a tree, no, how would I want to word this? Think about a tree, yeah? A big, grand tree that's able to provide fruits to people. She said, I got a chain. You too. Kadisha, you wake up at 1 p.m. No, 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 no. Yeah, that's your intentional uncomfortable. That's you being intentionally uncomfortable this week. You're gonna wake up earlier than you usually do because no beautiful young girl, I can see you guys' profile, should be waking up at 1 p.m. That's how I know you guys have nothing to do. She said 12 latest. That's so late. That's midday. By the time it hits 11 a.m., your day is basically done. Like, guys, yeah, we have a lot of work to do. Type in the chat, I have a lot of work to do. That's what I want to see. I have a lot of work to do. But anyways, let me get to the latter part of what I wanted to speak about today. Think of a big, great tree. Hi, girls, enjoy your life. Life hasn't hit you yet. That's so funny. Think about a big tree, a tree that ends up providing shelter for people. Um, let's say a mango tree provides mangoes. It's big, it's tall, it's sturdy. You try and kick it, it doesn't go down. You can rest on it. Beautiful. I love seeing this. I've got a lot of work to do. You try to kick it, it doesn't go down. But think of how that tree started. It started off as a small seed like this. Can you guys see? Maybe even smaller. A big ass tree that we see today that provides resources, that provides shelter, that becomes a thing that people can lean on, rest on. It started off as a small seed. And that's how I want you guys to see your businesses. It might look extremely small today, but that's how big things start. Big things start from small seeds, but guess what happens with seeds? You have to first plant them. You have to plant them. And where do we plant seeds? We plant them underground in the dark where it looks like I don't know what's happening tomorrow. I don't know where this post is going to take me. I don't know who's going to see my business. I don't know who's going to book me. Darkness, the unknown. That's where a seed first must go. It has to go in the unknown. So when you're putting yourself out there, you are unaware of the results that are going to come back from it. You don't know whether that video is going to blow tomorrow. You don't know whether that post is going to reach the client that you need it to post, but you have to trust the process of life. You have to trust the process of building a business. That everything that becomes big, everything that becomes sturdy, it doesn't start off as big. It actually starts off from the small seeds that you decide to plant every single day. So I don't know what makes you guys feel comfortable. I'm just here to make you reflect on yourself so that you can be, I don't even want to say better people. Better people, yes, but fiercer, finer business leaders, because that's what every single one of you are. If you have a business today, you're a business leader. Standard. Bottom line, you are a business leader. Whether you have employees, whether you have a team, that's how you should look at yourself. I'm a business leader, but business leaders must understand planting seeds. Business leaders must understand sowing seeds. The RV world community must understand what sowing seed is. So we're sowing seed in order for that seed to grow. But what happens as soon as you sow a seed, you water it? I want to be a business leader. Then Erica messaged me. And I've actually told you guys to use me. Like what I think someone was telling me about. Yeah, I spoke about her last week. The makeup. I've spoken to a fashion lady. I'm speaking to Lily. I haven't really seen Lily on. Ruby, I went to her school. She's been posting so consistently. Um, she's been posting consistently since our last call. She's just been posting. She sent me a message and she was like, yeah, I realized people don't think, so I don't care what people think. I'm just going to keep on posting. And that's what she's been doing. But I need all of you to understand that in order for your businesses to grow, are you, in fact, let me say this. Would you go to a field and try and pick out fruit when you didn't plant seeds there? It's stupid. It doesn't make sense, right? Why would I expect to get a result from a tree that I didn't even plant? So some of you might be thinking, okay, no, my business is going to grow. Yeah, but how? What seeds are you planting in your industry on a daily basis? What are you doing in your industry on a daily basis? That might start from research. That might start from messaging. I sent something to Showa today. I follow this denim brand called Donna Ida. And I just followed them, but I didn't like anything. I liked one of their posts yesterday or 2 days ago. And a few hours after I liked the post, one of their sales assistants just sent me a DM. But this is a business where people on the BBC are wearing her jeans. They're very famous. It's a well-known brand, but they're still doing the little things of planting seeds in someone that just liked to post. I could buy from them tomorrow. But they're already a global brand, but they're still doing the intricate details of planting seeds on a daily basis. So if that is what big corporations do, what more us? What more Joelle? Joelle, I don't know where you grew up, but what more me that grew up in Peckham? That is trying to compete against these big beauty brands, that's trying to compete against these people within the cosmetic industry. What more us? We have to plant 10 times or so, 10 times more seeds than these people are sowing. It starts from your day-to-day action. So, like I was saying before I got into this, my job on a Tuesday is just to get you to reflect on the type of person that you want to be. Is to also change your mind on how you should view things, how you should look at things, hopefully embolden you, give you a bit more confidence to attack the day. I saw Joelle say that. Give you a bit more confidence to attack the day, attack your week. What makes me happy is knowing that Ruby heard me on Tips Tuesday, and from that, she gained the confidence to start posting again. That's what gives me joy. So if one person is changed, if one person is able to build their businesses off the back of the words that I give, I've done my job. I'm happy with that. Remember, my business is already established. Or yeah, it's already established. We've got a beautiful system. We're introducing new systems. I'm moving on to something new. How can I help those in my community? Is with these Tips Tuesdays. It's with some of you actually being uncomfortable enough to message me to say, Jess, okay, what's the plan? Can I call you today, Jess? Yeah, let's speak on the phone. What are we doing to better ourselves? What are we doing to grow ourselves? What are we doing so that it moves from just talk to actually action? Okay, remember I gave you guys a task last week. Write down your fears. Did you do that? Did you write down your fears? Because remember, I also taught you last week that courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is having fear but doing something anyways. So if you've written down your fears, you know what you're going to attack. So whoever's done that from last week, I just know you're one step closer to being who you need to be. I told you to also write down the type of person that you see yourself being. Those of you that did that, you're one step closer to being who you need to be. So what are these calls or these streams supposed to do? It's to draw you closer to the person that you're supposed to be. Simple, because I also have a leader. And that's one thing you guys should trust about me. I also have someone that leads me because you can't go to where you haven't been before. Meaning I've never been in business before, so I need someone who's gone before me, made millions to lead me to where I'm trying to get to. So you guys should trust the fact that I also have someone that I listen to, someone's instructions that I also obey, that has allowed me to get to the stages that I'm at now. So what's my job? To be someone's leader, to lead you, and not physically lead you like follow me, no, but to give you gems, give you tips that will aid you in your business journey. And some of you that haven't started business yet, to aid you in your personal growth, your personal life. This is our one-to-one. This is our leadership journey. This is our RV World sisterhood journey of us growing together, but it starts from us being uncomfortable. I want to ask you guys some questions, and this is where I round up. And I'm going to give you the definition of intentional, because it will help us to be intentionally uncomfortable, so you know what that actually means. Um, if you have a business, just write in the comments, I have a business, so I know who this is for and who I'm speaking to. If you have a business, write in the comment, I have a business. Can you guys hear my music, by the way? Because last week I watched myself back and I didn't hear the music playing in the back, and I thought we would all be grooving together. It's Michael Jackson right now. You can't hear my music. I knew it. It's for me anyways. It's helping me. Okay. I have a business. I have a small business. You have a business, Ma. I didn't say, right, I have a small business. You have a business. It's not small. It's only small if you call it that. None of your businesses are small. I don't care if you have 10 followers or you have 20,000 followers. No one has a small business here. We have businesses. We have enterprises. We are entrepreneurs. That is what you should be calling yourself. You're an entrepreneur. I'm a business owner, a big business owner at that. Remember, I told you guys last week, my speak here is not to motivation. My aim is not to motivate you. It's just to show you who you are. Yeah. Yeah, thank you. I'm happy you knew I said I would say that. You have a business. Beautiful. Okay, if you have a business, these are questions I want you to think about, questions I'm going to ask you, and we can speak about this next week or during the week. Also, I have something to say about our meetup. What industry research have you done? Have you done any research on your industry? If it's the beauty industry, if it's the e-commerce industry, if it's the fashion industry, what research have you done in that space? If you're someone who's done research in that space, I know you're serious about building a business because you've actually done research. You want to know what's out there. You want to know what people are doing. Like literally, the woman that I'm with right now, she can say that I inspire her, but she inspires me because the way she stays on top of things. Today she'll show me this is gonna be the new thing in this industry. Like this is what people are doing, and we're already ahead because she's got something that most UK people in her industry don't have in the UK. It's all in America. It's all in China. This woman is ahead of her industry because she's constantly researching what's the in thing, what's happening, what's going on, what are they doing in China, what are they doing in America. So my question to you guys for this week is, what industry research have you done? Who are the great people in your space? If I'm doing e-commerce or if I'm doing ebooks like Joelle, I'm gonna go and research who's made the most money off ebooks and why. What were they writing about? Who are they? Why were they able to make £1 million off an ebook? What did they do? What was their unique selling point? What things did they do that allowed them to get to a certain stage? Because you have to find out the greats in your space to know who you're competing with. I don't look at anybody on that has an Instagram business and think that they're my competition. No. No, I don't, because then that means I'm going to have to think like them. My mindset might be a little bit smaller than theirs. I'm looking at big corporations and saying, how do they run their company? What things are they putting in place in their companies? What are they doing differently? What are the new things? What are the innovations that they're coming up with? Because if you're planning, and I hope every single one of you are, that you're in business to actually take over. And I need you guys to believe that you can take over your industries. You have to believe that you're not too small to take over your industry. I was out on Sunday. I was out on Sunday. We celebrated. If you guys know, I go to Spat Nation. So Pastor Toby Pastor Toby celebrated Robert Walton's birthday. He just turned 70. And guys, I'm looking at this man, yeah. We were celebrating his birthday. All his friends were there. I was around people that have made millions. I was around people that have restaurants all over the UK. I'm around the greats in hospitality. But guys, he's 70 years old. Like, he's 70 years old and they've named him, they've titled him the King of Hospitality. And I'm looking at this man, I'm thinking, I'm 24. This man said at his birthday dinner, guys, I'm just getting started. I'm like, what? You're 70. What do you mean you're just getting started at 70 years old? So when I'm saying to you guys, you have to believe that you can take over your industries is because it's not something that you're going to do right now. It's something that if you stick at your business, if you stick with a solid mindset, at a certain age, they will name you the king of beauty or the queen of beauty. They will name your business or call Danielle or Erica or Joelle. They will call you or name you something or someone as being the top in their industry. But it starts from how you look at yourself now. It starts from the research that you do now. It starts from who do you class as your competition? So I want you guys to take a look at your industries, look at the greats in your industry and say, that's my competition. That's who I'm competing against because that will show you the level that you need to fight at. If I'm looking at, let's say, a L'Oreal, let's say L'Oreal's my competition, it will show me where I'm lacking. It will show me, okay, how bigger do I need to think? If I'm telling Joelle to go and research who's made the most money in selling ebooks or personal diaries, things that help people with their personal growth, that's who your competition is. So you need to look at what your competition is doing and see how you can do it better than them. But it starts off with you guys having the mindset that I can actually take over my industry. And that's why these questions are important because it shows you whether you're actually serious to do business or you're just doing it to make money for now. It will show you if you're actually a serious person because only serious people will ask themselves this question. 100% knowledge is power, Erica. What industry research have you done? Who are the greats in your space? Who are you in competition with? And anyone that's in RV Well, your competition is not someone that has an Instagram business. It's not. If you're doing fashion, your competition is MDV. That's in Oxford Street. If you're doing fashion, your competition is Pretty Little Thing. That's how we need to start thinking, okay, what are these big companies doing? Because that's the only way that you'll become a big company. But what does it start off with? Like I said, it starts off with the small seeds that you're planting daily and making yourself uncomfortable. Making yourself extremely uncomfortable. Guys, I've done so well because these comments are extremely distracting. But I feel like it's helping me be a better speaker because it's like, can you still speak, but also ignore? I'll just read this one. The desert serves cold with Ben and Jerry's ice cream cookie dough cheesecake flavor, as well as apple pie warm. Damn. Put that. Okay, no, I'm just not gonna read that. I didn't even see the end. Thank you. Yeah, I'm doing well, but what the hell is that at the end? Like, what the hell? That's crazy. Okay, cool. This is where we round up, yeah? Remember, this week is titled Intentionally Uncomfortable. So the definition of intentional is done with purpose, meaning I'm putting myself in uncomfortable positions for a certain purpose because I want to grow, because I'm tired of the level that I'm at, and I want to be the person that I wrote down last week. Let's just say that. What I told you guys to write down last week, that's what you want to be. So what are you gonna do? We're gonna read a definition of intentional again. Done with purpose and deliberate design. Not by accident, not by default, but by a conscious choice and direct will. So the end part of this is important for me. Thank you, Amaya. Am I saying your name properly? Um, by conscious choice and direct will, meaning every single one of us were willing to put ourselves in uncomfortable positions in order to grow. That's it. We're willing to put ourselves in uncomfortable positions. And remember, I don't know what you guys go through in your personal lives. I don't know what is making you so comfortable. I don't know. It might be the bed that you sleep on. Some of you might need to buy a blow-up bed and sleep on a blow-up bed for a week and see if that changes. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what it's gonna be for you guys, but I know what it's gonna be for me. When I put these things in a group chat, it's not just for you guys. I'm going on this journey myself. So if I'm saying last week was a week of attitude, just know I displayed attitude last week. If this week is a week of making myself intentionally uncomfortable, if this week is a week of making myself intentionally uncomfortable, that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm not just saying things for you guys, I'm doing it with you too. That's why I'm saying you can reach out, you can message, you can call my phone because we're doing this journey together. That's the whole point of a community. So, yeah, true, my duvet is too comfy. That's it. I even have an electric blanket. In fact, I should sleep. I should turn it off in the night. I should shiver. Maybe that might push me a bit more. But remember, the targets that you also set yourself should make you uncomfortable. Maybe your targets are too low. Maybe the target that you set yourself, your financial target, because remember I said to you guys, I sent a voice note and I hope you guys heard the voice note when I spoke about targets. And imagine going to the gym, not knowing whether you want to build some muscle or you want to slim down. You're going to go to the gym and you're going to be working aimlessly because you don't know what your target is. So actually setting targets for ourselves puts us in uncomfortable positions because it shows us where we want to be and it reflects and it shows us where we want to be and highlights where we are now and it showcases the gap. So maybe some of you, in order to be uncomfortable, you have to set yourself a target saying, no, actually this week I need to make £2,000. That's uncomfortable. That's bold, actually. That's even bringing on the attitude from last week. That's bold. Because some of you may not have a fully fledged business that will allow you to make 2K within a month. But you're saying this week, okay, I'm going to be bold enough and I'm going to set myself a target of £2,000 and watch how your mind expands. Watch how you start, new ideas start coming to you. Okay, I'm going to try this. And even if you don't hit your target, you tried. You're already better than 99% of the world because 99% of people don't try. They just take what's given to them. But with us in RV world, we're refusing to take what is thrown at us and we're going to actually, with this definition, we're going to do things with purpose. We're going to be deliberate. Things aren't going to be accidental. I'm not going to one day just because the day hit me, I made this much. No. It's not going to be by default. It's going to be by a conscious choice and direct will. And that's why I leave you guys off this week. 42 minutes has been a good week. It's been a good stream. I'm going to keep these to 30 minutes. I don't want them to be too long. But in our natural fashion, I want you guys to put what you got from today in our community chat. Whether you're just going to write, I'm a business leader. Or you're going to write, I'm going to be intentionally uncomfortable this week. Or you're going to write, I'm going to do my research on my competitors this week. I don't know. You know what you're going to do, but you guys know me. I love my engagement. I love when people comment in the chat. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to rally those who weren't on today and get them on. We're going to get them on. We're going to get them on next week. And that's what we're going to do, guys. When you see a message in the group chat, I personally, I hate reactions. I'm just going to share how I am and who I am. Guys, I hate reactions. Like, if I put a message in the chat, don't react. Like, send an actual comment. Like, what's reactions? Before WhatsApp introduced reactions, we would actually comment. Like, we would say, okay, I get you. I understand. Respond. That's what I like. I like responses. But also, let me know, should I make the call group chat? Or should I wait a bit? Should I let people cook? Should I let people cook a bit? Maybe I'll do this for 4 weeks. I'm going to do this every week like I've said I would. But maybe I'll do this for 4 weeks. See who's actually active. Because it might not be 10. It might be 10 people, 15 people this week. But next week, she said give people... Daniela, are you the people them's hero? Okay, I'll listen to you. I'll listen to you because you actually took the time to comment. I'll give people time. The thing is about me, because of how I am, I'm so on it. If you put me to something, I'm on it, I'm active. I don't understand inactive people. I don't understand people, you tell them to do something, they take 20 years to do what you've asked them to do. I don't understand it. So it's like, Why would I tolerate that in my community forum? Why? But I understand everybody's at different stages and want different things in life. So I'll give them time. Give people time, Jess. Then I agree on focus on the active. Yes, give people time. I wasn't. Oh, it's true. Okay, Kadisha, you weren't here last week. Hmm. Okay, maybe I need to learn something. What if we can't join every week? That's true, Erica. I'm talking about a group chat though, not the streams. I'm talking about the actual group chat. I see who's active. Like I see those that are messaging, responding, etc. Not the stream. Come on, that's unfair. This is once a week at a set time, so I understand that not everyone can join. I'm talking about a group chat. Be active in a GC, and yeah, also share your businesses, guys. Don't be shy. Please don't be shy. Share your businesses. If no one comments, like I said, I will be the one to comment. We need to use lights, everything. Yes. So actually, what you're gonna do for me, Daniela, you're gonna actually be. What should I make you? What should I make, Daniela? I'll think about it. But what you can do from now is just put what you got from our stream in the group chat. Where's this group chat even? You can put what you got from our stream in the group chat. I feel like the group chat is huge. Things go by so quickly. I know. I do actually understand that. That's why I kind of want to make a smaller one. But like, I'll listen to Daniela. I'll give people. Why do I keep on calling you Daniela? Is your name not Daniela? Your name is Anisha. But there was Anisha already. Anisha, you need to change your name. Why is your name dot? I'm not even something timing 2515. Why? That's not your name. It's just literally not your name. So she says sorry, please. Okay. I'll leave you. Group chat, let's get active. Random name account. I get you, babe. I get you. It gets like that. I love you all. I'll see you next week. And yeah, I need to put a message in the chat about the 16th because the date is going to have to move so we can accommodate more people and so that I can actually secure the space because they don't have space for us. But I want us to go to that space because it's actually beautiful and it's such a vibe. Like, that's why I want to speak to you guys so you guys can get comfortable, show yourselves a little bit because I don't like stiff people. When you come around me, I'm just going to make sure you are who you are and you're comfortable. Obviously, well, being uncomfortable this week, but you're comfortable around people. You can talk, you can dance, you can do what you need to do. At the end of the day, yes, we're serious people, but we're also human. So we must have fun. And that's exactly what I intend for us to do when we meet up. So until then, I love you all and I shall see you next week, Tuesday. Bye.